Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's review is going to be on the I Heart Revolution Donut Tray Pallets. Now, I know this product has been out for almost a year. I bought it at Ulta. It was $42 regular and I bought it for $10.97. Now, I know, like I said, it's almost a year old. I looked at it and I was like, I hope it's not expired because it's obviously been sitting on the shelf for a while. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do some swatches and see how it looks. And I might do a little bit of an eye look. And let's, take a look at this. And because it's new to my collection, and I've been watching some videos and everybody likes the squishiness of this. So I want to take a look. So here is what it looks like again. I know it has a blush and bronzer. Let's open this together. It has a blush and bronzer and eye palettes and sponges. Okay, let's take, oops, I didn't want to do that, but I should have opened this up before and I didn't. I wanted to show you, I haven't even opened it, I haven't even touched it. So, also another thing, if you hear a lot of noise, I'm sorry about that. My neighbor upstairs, she's very noisy, and this microphone picks it up. And my cat's also being a pain in the butt, and he's running around like a nut, so you might hear thump, thump, thump. Okay, it's supposed to look like a donut box, and of course I ripped it, and there it is. It is so cute. Okay, what I'm going to do is let me take a look at the sponges, which I don't mind. Now I have watched a few videos of this, yes, and a lot of people were disappointed with these sponges, but you know what? It doesn't bother me because in the 80s, I'm dating myself, in the 80s we had makeup sponges. And we had brushes. We didn't have anything but like the beauty blenders or anything. And this is the wedges, and this is what you used. And I've used, I've had years of experience using them, and I don't mind getting them because I can use them up, and then I just throw them away. Sometimes they're not as good as a beauty sponge, but that's okay. There's always, it's good to always have them in case you do need them, and your beauty sponge gets all torn up and you need something, so they're supposed to look like that. And they are just basic wedges. You can buy a whole pack of these in Walmart, usually, a whole big pack for like $2. And once I wash them, because I don't like to use them right out of the package, I'll use them. I'll use them up, and I'm not disappointed in it. Some people wish they had another palette instead of the sponges, but I'm okay with it. So the first one I'm going to pull out is the chocolate caramel palette, and it is, if you can see it, it is squishy. Ooh, and it does smell like a chocolate donut. Now, this is what it looks like inside. Let me take this is what it looks like inside. Ooh, the black is a shimmer, and as far as I know through other people's videos, it says goes all the way through. It's not just an overspray. That's pretty. So let me do a middle swatch. Okay, see if you can see that color. Let's do the pink, or it's more like a purpley, like a mauve. Not too bad. Okay, let me see the brown. The brown. Subtle, not too bad. Let's do the green. It's more like a camel green, forest green. Has a little bit of a shift. And for the thumb, let's do the black. You can see the glitter in it, the shimmer. Oof, that is nice. Okay, what I'm going to do is let me grab this. Now, let me get out the next one. Oh, I should have had something wet to get this off. We used to do that with the brushes too in the 80s. Lick them a little bit to get them a little moist if you had to apply an eyeshadow a little bit better. I know, sounds disgusting, but that's what we did. Let me see the next one. The next one is pink frosting. I'm assuming that this is the blush. Oh, really squishy. Yes, the two-tone blush. Smells like, this is pink frosting. Doesn't smell like frosting, just smells like plastic, like cosmetics, but not in a bad way. Okay, this is what it looks like. I would take them and both swirl them together during my application. They're nice. We put that one there, and then we do the other pink one here, and I'll show you. I have no primer. I have nothing on my hands, not even moisturizer. That's nice. Sorry if my hands look a little dry and jacked up, because I didn't want anything to interfere with these swatches. So, the next one is, I'm sure it's going to be the bronzer. And this is the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. A lot of people like this one. Oh, I like that squishiness. It's almost like kids' makeup, but not as bad. Okay. That's pretty. This, I believe, just has top layer of shimmer, the overspray. Okay. Let's do this one. I don't notice a lot of, they're not really powdery, which is good. There you go, that one's nice. Then the next one I'm going to do is like this mauve, it's like a berry color. Not too bad. And the next one is going to be the brown. That one is a little difficult. Yeah, let me do it a little bit more. This one is very subtle. And let me try. This one is like a green gold. Green gold. Nice. Like a green gold, sorry. Sorry about my lighting also. I'm using two different lights, and I think, and with the lighting on my new device, it's not the greatest. And let's do this one with the overspray. Yeah, you can tell it's overspray. That would have been nice if it would have been all the way through. Yeah, you can tell it's, yeah, you can tell it's an overspray, because now it's gone. Okay. Now, let me clean off my fingers with the swatches. Sorry about that, I forgot to bring out makeup wipes. I know. Terrible. Okay, we got two more. Let me see this one and this one. Okay, let's try. Oh, that looks nice. This is the cinnamon sugar. I'm sure this is the bronzer contour. I will have that listed down below. Now, a lot of people are saying this and saying it looks way too dark, but they're saying it's very subtle and it's more on the warm side, which I don't mind. I have cool tones, but I don't mind using a warmed up product. There you go. You can always, if you put something like this on and it's a little too much, you can always go over it with powder, or you could take your beauty sponge that's dampened and then just tap it and it will fade the color. It'll make it less severe. Or you can always go over it with a brush with a little bit of setting powder and go over it and it'll lighten it up. That's pretty. The next one is the vanilla frosting. Oh, I like that. Kind of smells like vanilla frosting. This is the highlight. I don't see, yeah, a little bit of reflect. Yeah. Not too powdery, it's pretty nice. I'll put it right next to the bronzer. Very subtle. Very nice. Let me try to put a little bit more. It does look buildable. Yeah, that looks buildable. Oh yeah, that's buildable. The only thing I'm going to do is do a quick eye look. I'll apply some on my eyes. I won't be able to do anything on my face because I don't have anything on, and I was just going to do an eye look. Okay, let me see. This is the caramel sugar. Okay, here's the eyeshadow. Here's the blush. Here's the other eyeshadow. Boy, that one does smell good. The blush smells really good. Yeah, let me see, let me close it. The little protective thing in there, if you don't get it in right, it stops it from, I like this squishiness, sorry. Okay, let's get back, let's stop being distracted. Okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use, you know what, maybe I'll use a little out of, opening it the wrong way, a little out of both. I'm usually good with like 3 eyeshadows on the lid, and let me see. Oh, what I should do is while we're sitting here and I'm looking and discussing, I should put on eyeshadow primer. I don't have any eyeshadow primer, so what I'm going to do is I've only used Shape Tape sample one time. So what I do is this weekend on the 11th and 12th, I believe, was Shape Tape Day weekend, and if you bought any type of Shape Tape, you got a free gift, and the free gift was just some 3 items. It was a mascara, a small setting spray, and I don't remember if it was a face primer, I think it is. So it's a Shape Tape in color light. I'll have it in the description below. It is number 2 something. Let me see. It is a number 2. Let me see, 208. This is my magnifier. It's easier than getting my glasses. 208 light. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Shape Tape on. It's just a little easier. You need a base. If you try to put on eyeshadows on just your eyelids, the problem is the oils on your eyelids. Everybody has oil on their eyelids. Some are oilier than other, and it breaks down the eyeshadow. What you do is you want a barrier between the oil and the eyeshadow. I'm just using a Luxie. I'm just using a Luxie paddle brush. I received this in one of their sets that they had with BoxyCharm. Oh, and I wanted to do another update. I am starting in February. I am going to be able to go back to doing my BoxyCharm. I had to stop for a few months because I was paying off a very high vet bill for my cat who was very ill, over $500 worth. So paying that off was a little bit more important than doing my Boxy Charms and my Allure. I really missed them. The products have been great these last couple months. Now I'm just, okay. It doesn't grab too much product. I'm going to set this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it with, I was going through all my eyeshadow palettes lately, and I was going through, I had a lot of Wet n Wild quads, e.l.f. quads. I had to get rid of those because I've had them for about 4 or 5 years, and the first palette I ever really received in a palette was NYX from Ulta. It was the Happy Birthday palette that I received in August 3 years ago. This was my first full palette, and I wanted to show you what it looks like. I've used it and abused it, and I don't know why that green isn't showing up very well. The lighting, sorry, the lighting is terrible. That's like a foresty green, and I'm going to use this shade, which is a very matte shade, to set my concealer. I don't want eyeshadow that is too wet on top of it, because what it is not only will it skip and bunch and get all yucky, you want to set your, whatever you put on your eyes, and then put on a transition shade. I just want to set this, and I'm also getting out any creases. What I'm going to do is, so this video isn't terribly long, what I'm going to do is I'm going to only use 2 eyeshadows, maybe 3. I'm going to try to get them on here quick so this video isn't so long. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play with these palettes for the next couple days, and I'll do an update video and tell you if my first impressions were correct on these, or was it just, or is it really kind of like gimmicky, okay? What I'm going to do is, let me take the, I do like the, I like this. I'm more drawn towards this peanut butter and jelly because of the colors. The other one is a little dark, and I usually don't wear dark colors on my eyes because my eyes are small. Excuse the terrible darkness under my eyes. I have nothing on except just moisturizer. So I'm going to put on, let me see, 2 of these. What I'm going to do is, let me do a light color. Let me do a light color. Most of the brushes I'm using are Luxie. They have the brown handles. I mean the pink handles. Real Techniques. And a couple BH in my video down below. I have a BH Cosmetics. It is the Fairy Lights brushes with their own holder. Let me see. So let me get this, and this is also Real Techniques. Let me just take this smaller brush and Real Techniques, and this I'm going to use, I'm going to take this middle color, and it is a little shimmery. It's got a little bit of shimmer. And what I'm going to do is put this all over the eyelid, and then I'm going to use I'm probably going to use that plummy, like a plummy red color. Well, it says peanut butter and jelly. It's supposed to be the color of strawberry jelly, I guess. Tap and use sweeping motions. This is what I do. Some like to tap all of it and then do sweeping. To me, it doesn't matter as long as the color gets on. Sorry, this one might be able to see it a little bit better. Just want to show you that some of them apply really, really well. And I'm sure most of them, I'm sure if you wet the brush with setting spray or Fix Plus, you can get more dramatic color. Okay. It's subtle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the jelly looking pinkish of them all. Real Techniques brush. I'm gonna put it on pretty good. Seems to go on the brush really well. Tap it off. And I'm going to see if I can get it in the inner corner. I know I'm using a very big brush. I just wanted to see if how the color deposit. It is very subtle, but I am using a large brush. If I used a smaller one, it would be more, might be a little bit more darker because you're using a more compact brush to deposit. Yeah, let me see if I can get a more compact brush. The smaller the brushes and more dense, the more color you're going to pick up. You know what, let me do it on this side because you guys can see it better. There you go. Get it in the inner corner, only go halfway. It's not too bad. It is subtle. It's way darker on the brush and in the pan. But I don't mind building. I can always wet this, and I'm sure I'm only going in halfway, and I'm sure it would look a lot better. Let me look down. It looks better in person. Sometimes the cameras, it's hard. Yeah, it looks much better in person. And I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm looking at a ring light. Some of them look so good for a cheap price, but then you look at the reviews and some of the reviews are like, woohoo, best thing I ever bought, and some are just like fell apart after a month. It is subtle. Okay, you know what? Let me try that darker. Let me try this darker one. It's almost like that's the one that had the overspray. Wow. Yeah, a little bit nicer. Very little fallout. I thought some of it would be a little gimmicky. Very little fallout. And what I would do is go back in with another brush and put some of the lighter right here to make it look, and clean up the lines, any harsh lines. Let me put this right here so I can see. Looks a lot better in person. Most of the time, putting on your eyeshadow and your eyebrows before you put on your foundation is best. So then you can clean up, because cleaning up once you have your foundation on, after you've gotten it, there you go. Really, really nice. And you're like, oh my God, my foundation's all come off. There you go. And with this, I would just use a micro wipe and sweep it like this to make it look longer here, to elongate the eye. Even though I have small eyes, and elongating them might make them look a little smaller. Putting a bright color in this area and a little above will help make the eyes, to me, brighten up a little bit. Okay. Not too bad. I know this one's a little darker. And this one I can probably get to be darker. But they apply really well, so I'm very happy, and I'm going to play with these a little bit more. There you go. And I would put more of that lighter color that I did in the beginning right here. And a little bit above, and take a brush. And I would brush out the edges. Use a makeup wipe to clean underneath, and to clean this up to make it a nice line that goes just like this. Especially on this side, where it's right here, go like this, and elongate the eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with the blush, and the bronzer and the highlighter. And in a few days I'll do an update video with full makeup, and I'll have the full products on, and I'll show you how they are. I'll tell you whether my first impressions were correct or whether it is kind of especially when you put it on foundation and you wear it for a few hours. Sometimes the colors will just disappear or they'll break down, and I will be able to give you that kind of information. So please look for my update video probably in about 5 to 7 days from today, from this video. So I want to thank you very much for watching my video on the it's called I Heart Revolution, right? Yeah, Revolution makeup. And I want to thank my 20 subscribers. I just got 2 new subscribers the other day, and I want to thank you very much for watching my channel. Please comment, rate, subscribe. If you have any makeup that you really want me to try, please put it down below, and I'll try to my best to buy it. I try to keep foundations under $30 and palettes under $40. So the next, what I also want to do is I have it on order, is the Wet n Wild. Came out with a dewy formula foundation instead of their classic. I love their classic. It's full coverage and it's one of the best out there for $5, but they came out with a dewy, and I have it in the shopping cart, and I'm going to take a look at some other things that they have. They have a newer eyebrow pencil that's very, very small. It says it can make very small strokes. It's called a skinny pencil or something like that, and it comes with a spoolie. So I'm going to take a look at all that, throw it in my cart, and order it. And I'll probably have that in about, I don't know, a week or two once I review it. A lot of these dewy foundations are coming out, luminous foundation, and I seem to be liking them, and I'm usually not one of those kind of dewy foundation. I'm usually full coverage matte. I like it. I like the plain canvas and then put on anything else that I want to highlight. But I'm going to try this dewy, and I will just look for that update video for this makeup and for the new dewy Wet n Wild. Okay, thank you very much for watching my channel, and please comment, rate, subscribe, and share my video if you think anybody else would like it. And I want to thank you for watching this video, and see you on the next one. Thank you.